Right. That was exciting.
Standard selected.
Oh. Okay. Huh. That was not pleasant for me. Doing the casual stuff, thinking, oh, I'll just fix this real quick. And then it's like, hey, guess what? This causes a severe problem. Oh. Wish I'd known that before I did that. We were trying to update the thing that does this. My soundboard, it's just called a capture. Anyway, software needed updated. I was like, yeah, I'll do that now. And then that was about 3 minutes before it started, and then it didn't update right. And then I went, oh, now the microphone isn't working at all. So we were there. But now we're here. So let's go. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. International Women's Day. What a deal. I have a sidekick announcement. No, that's actually the program. It does that to let me know it's there when I open it. And I can change around all these different noises. That's how I got this. If that was the right button, I'm not sure. That was one of the buttons. This one. I had to put that one in so we have it. Red alert. Look at all these people who are here. This is wild. What are you doing? I mean, hi. The Sugar Kitty here first. I was fiddling to make this button a different color because I have two purple buttons and that's one of them, and it confuses me because the other purple button is this, which is the exact opposite of what I want to do. So, Sugar Kitty, that was for you. Thank you. I'll do them all at once. Zenbood, that's for you. Kathy Huey, this is for you. James Morgan, this is for you. Thank you all for bringing time and attention here. As always, is greatly appreciated. Where's Bongo? Where is Bongo? That's the other thing I didn't set up yet, was Bongo Cat and background music. We're getting there. Here comes Bongo Cat, I think. Please stop being a white screen. Thank you. There he is. Look at him. Colorful. I haven't been putting Bongo Cat on lately. There's an anniversary thing that's going on. And so I have hit the large amount of clicks. I think 1 billion or something along those lines. So I have this purple shiny cat right now. Enjoy. And remember, if you do have a Bongo Cat on your computer, you can join in the fun on the live stream. That hasn't happened yet, so it'll also be a process for me to figure out how to do that. I don't think it's complicated. Just I have to figure out how to do it. Loud noise. Cover your ears. Volume, please. Okay, you're getting in the way. Stop it. I just have a little background noise there. Okay. 1,000. Duplicates all the time. It's probably the other reason I stopped using Bongo Cat so much. I have mostly everything. Mostly everything numerous times. That's fine. All right. We have all set up now. So here's the deal. We get to talk about women. We love that. Specifically those who have influenced your lives, my life, and those in history who have changed everything. I wanted to say, I took a significant amount of time trying to post the Instagram story. Because one, I had to tag all these women I know in my life who have influenced me or been part of my life or just, or who have been supportive in my life. There's a lot of them. I found out, I was like, oh, this is a long list. I can't fit everything. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Bowman. Welcome. That's for you. Thank you for bringing time and attention here. I was very appreciated. Reminder, I like Evian water. Oh, they're wonderful, yes. They're so wonderful, it's a wonder why we don't pay them the same amount as men. It's a weird world. I wanna believe I'm gonna live in a time frame where we're gonna look back on this like gender inequality thing and be like, why? What was that about? How stupid were we? It's like looking at, let's see, we're in 2026 now. It's like looking at the time frame in the early 1900s. That's where I feel like we are right now. And hopefully in the future, before I die, whenever that's going to be, a long time from now, look back on this era of discourse and insanity and be like, what the heck? Why? Was it the penis? Is that what it was? Men are weird, you know? It's like, Christy, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Sweet. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. I appreciate it. It's a weird one, man. I don't get it. I'm glad we are, like, we have to think about, like, modern history, okay? Like, modern history. The women's right to vote. I want to finish this, and hey, Google. When was the women's right to vote enacted? This is why I like technology.
The 19th Amendment was ratified on August 18, 1920, officially granting women the right to vote in the United States. It was formally certified into the US Constitution 8 days later.
Don't ask me why she's British. I'm not really sure. But there you go. 1920s. That was 100 years. Wait, just over 100 years ago. 106 years ago. That's not that long ago. Like history-wise, we're 106 years, and at that point we're like, women should vote. It's been 100 years, and we're still kind of like, I don't know. Do we really need to pay them the same amount? It's the dumbest shit ever. I swear. Personally, I like to think of the Bonobo Society for a couple of reasons, but bonobos in general, the males are not the ones in charge. The women are the ones in charge. And they're doing just fine. There are other things about bonobos that if you don't know about bonobos, don't worry about it. But let's just say they have a way of dealing with problems that everyone's happy at the end of it. Mostly. So it's weird that those creatures that were so similar to me genetically, we end up doing like the reverse. Being like, you know what? Let's make other people miserable. The suffragettes? I do know about the suffragettes. There's like a mixed discourse there that I've thought about. Like my initial thought process back then was suffragettes. It's like, ugh, those women were crazy, which is unsurprisingly what was sort of drilled into me as I grew up. They were crazy. Yeah, they were crazy mad at the way things were. All of that plus the words, hold on. Prohibition. I have to remind everyone that prohibition happened for a reason. It was a unanimous thing. It was like they voted and it won. Did everyone hate it? A little bit. But we also have to remember that there was a lot of problems with alcohol before it and during it. But the reason that things were really bad before was like a lot of people were suffering in numerous ways. Take the idea of right now where we have people who drink and drive. We know that's a bad idea. I know it's a bad idea, but there's definitely times where I had 2 drinks and was like, nah, feel a little bit of it, but I'll be fine. Thankfully, I was every time. But there are some people who have 2 drinks. Like if I do 2 drinks now, I would not drive. Different me. But back then, people would drink and drive. No consequences, no problems. They'd go to work and they'd be drunk. Cause 7 effect. What is that? Do tell. So the point is, women went and voted about this because of what was happening to women at the time. It was bad. Look back on history. What was happening to women? It was bad. Oh, this chair. We're going to get ourselves a new chair someday, folks. I just don't know which one, and I can't afford it, so. And even now, man, it's like we're all trying to go backwards. I don't understand any of it. I don't want to go into too much of like politics and current events because they're awful. But there's this twisted weirdness that at least American culture has with trying to dictate what women can do. And yet we have other problems with dictating other issues. Pick one. Pick an issue where it's like, we should do something about that. And then the majority, mainly male dominated, are like, no. And it doesn't happen. Where in the opposite, it's like, there's this thing that women deal with. And they'll go, wait a minute. We don't like that. Let's change it. And women would say no, and they'd also go, too bad. Yeah, the birth rate spirals. That's one of the little things I was thinking about. I was thinking about saying it, and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna be taken, but I also realized nothing I know I say is going to be taken always the way I mean it. And one of those was like, we're all alive because of a woman. Every single human being is alive because of a woman. And yet, somehow our culture gets all kinds of weird about dealing with women's issues. And, what was the word I used earlier? Equality. Just general equality between the sexes. Oh. And there is that thought in my mind of like, if women could somehow get super organized to a huge degree, and we're like, no sex, no children, everything stops, it would be over for humanity. We would just slowly die out. But I could also see that kind of decision making things significantly worse in some places for the women, which is horrible. Like it does, like if they do one, if one thing is done, things get worse. If another thing is done, things also get worse. And you have to find out which is not as bad and try to compromise somewhere, always, which is ridiculous. From one Mother Earth. How's that? It's as close as I got. It's the closest one I got. We started from nothing. And now we all have actual mothers, to some extent, in some way. But what my problem was, is like, as soon as I say that statement, I can hear like someone in the internet being like, it's like, so women are only good for bearing children? Like, no, obviously. I was talking about the fact that we all have mothers. Not that they have to be people who get pregnant. Yeah, Handmaid's Tale snare. I didn't watch that one. Probably for the best. Because I knew it was unpleasant. I'm definitely in a mindset of like, I'm not going to deal with all the bad things right now. I'm going to play games on the internet. I can't. My mental health is at such a level where it's bad enough where I have to mitigate it all the time. And in doing so, I have to mitigate out a lot of things that are happening that I have no control over. Sucks. If I want to keep some kind of sanity for the next, let's say 3 years or so, that's where we're at. Although I will still hope to do, I'll phrase this, public events, gatherings, if you will, when I can, when I feel like it. And there are a lot of events that are very, very largely participated in right now. So I wouldn't want to deal with that. That's a lot. One family that stood up for humanity. Those are weird times, man. What's funny is, not funny, but there's so much about the huge strides that have happened because of women. In fact, one of the books, that got me into whiskey, the book, as I like to think of it, that got me into whiskey, was called Whiskey Women: How Women Saved Bourbon, Scotch, and something else. I gotta look it up. But like, no surprise to me. I can't say it was written by Fred Minnick, so... But overall, it was a good book. And I liked where its angle How women save whiskey. Blech. I'm going to give you the link, and it's going to be the link to Audible because Papa KillCo is the one who actually did it. If you go on Amazon right now and you want to listen to the audiobook Whiskey Women, which is 1818, and no surprise, already in my library. Not that I use Audible. Author, Fred Minnick. Narrator, James Clavey, also known as Jim. So there you go. That's what got me into this. Not the main reason. There were also a lot of other things that had to fall into place. But just where I started, I have to thank, like, what women did and how they helped the whiskey industry in the way they did. If I remember correctly, which I probably don't, one of the things they talked about was how early, I think we're talking Egyptian times, probably a little before that, where, and I've mentioned this numerous times, perfumers were some of the earliest people who were doing some kind of distilling process. You have to distill smells, it's very strange. Perfume and distillation are linked. And somehow women were also in charge of that. Women did a lot of that. They had the knowledge to do it. And that's part of how whiskey began. Like, just that there was a women-centric thing that progressed into distillation. See, history is weird. Four-leaf whiskey. Welcome. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. As always, greatly appreciated. Pushing nothing here. Four-leaf, I just shared a link with the class about the book that I listened to that got me into whiskey. It's called Whiskey Women. It's a long title. So if you want to check that out, please click the link. Give it a listen. Papa KillCo is the one who's narrating it. That's why I'm prompting the audiobook. I think you'd like it. Fred Minnick wrote it. And Papa KillCo was the author. Not the author. He was the narrator. There we go. One of the whiskey women right here. Four-leaf whiskey. Ellie Chambers is here. Hello. You're welcome. Another whiskey woman. Woman? Peter White, hello. Everyone, I got you all, I think. Thank you all for bringing your time and attention here. As always, greatly appreciated. I'm going to bite my lips or my tongue or something when I do that. Trying to say it so fast. Ah. I haven't drank enough water today. Ugh. I know I haven't. It's very annoying. Kind of. It's more... It's about women who saved the industry, but it's also like the history of how they were involved in the whiskey creation. Listen to a snippet. If you think you've heard Papa KillCo's voice, then you'll know. But I don't know if you read it or not. If you read it, then, well, that's not gonna help. Yeah. Again, Papa KillCo's been doing audiobooks since audiobooks started. So there's that. Yeah. There it is. Ricky knows. You can thank women for your whiskey, everybody. International Women's Day. They made all of this possible. Oh, I'm reminding myself I need to do a whiskey video. We have a whiskey video in the works, don't worry. As in, it's been recorded and started to edit it, but I lost steam. It happens a lot. I think it was nice, as I said, to do the story from earlier. Four Leaf got a tag in there. A number of other people, who most of you don't know, got tagged. So hopefully they'll see it. That's the other thing. Stories only last for a little bit, and I don't know if anyone's going to see it that I tagged. So there is that. Yeah. Don't look at Instagram, Brian. I'm sorry. Evil, evil, evil thing. But if you're not following my Instagram, do it. And also like and subscribe. And considering becoming a patron on Patreon or a channel member here on YouTube. I did it. I'm supposed to try to do that every 30 minutes. The idea, I think I'm supposed to like do it at the start, the middle, and the end. Just like some ad roll that happens. Speaking of, I hope the ads aren't too bad today. We'll see. I think what else? I'm thinking of that movie that comes to mind. And this is also like black women as part of it, where they helped to do the space program. Like all these women were involved in doing the mathematics behind launching a shuttle into space. And it was sort of not mentioned much. It was like, they made a movie of it, which is good. But it shouldn't have to be a movie to have to come to light like it did. And there's also the woman who did the calculations for the early space exploration. I've seen the picture of her like next to a stack of, like, you know, higher than she is, like taller than she is as a human being, taller than she is. And it was Hidden Figures. There we go. That's the one. Thus kept out of public knowledge. Wait a minute. don't worry about that. But this program was a success. Don't ask how. And I've seen the picture of this woman doing that, standing next to what had been the copy. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm trying to think of early computing, and it was a stack of things that were all holes. And that's how computers worked back then. Basically, digital braille, except with holes. See? It was good. I haven't even watched the movie. I just am one of those people now who like catches bits of movies or watches reactions to movies without watching the movie. That is one where I watched so many clips that I kind of got the general idea of the movie. Excuse me. I had a cup of coffee today. I had 3 cups of coffee, technically. My 16 ounces in the morning, my 8 ounces in the afternoon, and I'm still weary. What else is new? Women that have been important to me, personally, are, I'm trying to think of right now, but it's been for years. Miss Kate Grana, she's the one who helped me learn how to sing, and I need to do more singing. I know, you're all just begging for me to sing. I can hear it. There it is. And the 2 people who have, no, 3 actually. 3 people who have been on my physical fitness journey: Kayla, Melanie, and Sarah. Kayla is the one who owns the cycle spin place I go to, or can go to. I just can't afford it anymore. And I also have a bicycle, which I should use more often. That's free. Then Melanie, who's the current trainer that I see 2 to 3 times a week, helping do circuit training. And then Sarah was the one who had a circuit training studio for a number of years, and she was the person I trained with way back in like 2017 or something. And she was doing training with me for a number of years. So she helped keep me going through that. And that's been like my personal little bubble of strong women, basically. Strong, athletic women. Don't worry, everyone. They're all married. Relax. Don't get your hopes up. Yes. That's the one. Patriarchy is old, but it's vintage BS. It is. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, my travel movie that I remember distinctly, because it was a very good movie, is Forrest Gump. We were on the train heading to Florida, and I was probably... I wasn't quite a teenager, but I was young enough to, I might not have been at the age where I should watch that, but it was just what was playing on the movie. It was the movie that was playing on the train in the dining area. So I got to watch the whole thing. It was really good. Like, I can't forget that movie. Actually, wait. If I get an idea of when it came out, hold on. Hey Google, when was the Forrest Gump movie released?
July 6th, 1994.
Yeah, I was a teenager. I was at least 14 years old when I watched that. Probably 15, considering it was on the movie. The movie was on the train at that time. I was a troublemaker is what I was. Oh. I'm trying to think. Other women who are in my life that have been very important. In some way. Like personally. I'm trying to go off the personal level because there's obviously a number of women on YouTube that I have met or talked to. The first ones that come to mind are Four Leaf and Whiskey Mountains. Four Leaf I have to meet in person still, but we've talked digitally. Who else? Oh, it's Bourbonite. Well, will work for Bourbon. Sarah. I got to talk with her a number of times over the years. And she's still doing whiskey stuff, which is cool. It's really hard when you're like, let me think about all these women who have influenced me. And you're like, oh, there's a lot. As I said, Kate Grana taught me how to learn how to sing. She's unfortunately no longer with us, but oh, there you go. Trail's End. Garyana? I don't know what that is. Don't make me want whiskey right now, guys. I'm being very good. I have to be very good because this is a whiskey month. I have to do a whiskey video about Irish whiskey. I know. It's a lot. The days are slipping by insanely fast. This whole like hour thing didn't help. I've been very confused for most of the day this morning. I was like, I slept until 9? That's weird. I usually don't sleep that late. Irene, of course. That's right. Of course. I'm like, I'm missing one. It's a big one. Irene, definitely. I knew I didn't tag someone. I was trying to tag so many people that I actually know, and like, personally. I do know Irene to a certain degree, but not on an extremely personal level. But we have hung out. I've talked with her. We're both whiskey sommeliers. We've had lunch and dinner and all that kind of stuff. We've hung out a number of times. She's a busy lady. Holy shit. I think I just ran out of space. And I did it so close to the start of the stream. You always forget someone. It's bullshit. Ow. West Coast Company. And you haven't here sourced and done in special organ called Garyana. Oh, the 10-year. I have the 10-year. I think. Oh, wait, 10-year? I have the bottle and bond one. That's what I'm thinking about. You guys make me thirsty. Listen here. That's not right. There you go. Body mass index? Yes. And yet we still use it. It's weird. I am considered overweight for my age and height. Oh! That hurt. I think I'm in pretty good health. I do have a spare tire I don't like. I'm just a whiskey drinker. There you go, hanging easy. Boo. That's for you. Thank you for bringing time and attention here. As always, greatly appreciated. Whiskey drinkers are good. Good people most of the time. Usually, well, I gotta be careful here. I would love to say that all whiskey people are good people. Unfortunately, that isn't true. A lot of whiskey people go in very interesting directions. Yep. We were talking about Well, I mentioned, what was it called? I'm very bad with words today. Inequality of the sexes. There it is. She's dumb. We started off with some of that. I talked about how, looking back, like the women got their right to vote in 1920, and yet it's been over 100 years, and we're still trying to go backwards and cause more problems for women when we don't need to. We should be focused on other things rather than making other people miserable. Let's stop that, please. If only. Only. I'm thinking about food. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Carry-on is a very unique flavor profile. I'll taste it eventually, I hope. Oh, I could also say one thing I do on purpose, and I have my own reasoning. First of all, I find men are arrogant. No offense, men, but there is a significant amount of arrogance in the medical field, so the doctors and such. So I went out of my way because I just don't like dealing with men in that kind of setting. It's like, I don't really want. I have my own problems like up here, and that's one of them. Like talking to men, I just in that category again. Most people I have no problem with. Men are idiots. Men are idiots and arrogant. I have this like category. I know why, because I can be that. But in the doctoral field, I specifically was like, I'm gonna get women doctors because they're in it for the love of the game, so to speak. And it definitely was not easier for them to get their doctorate. Absolutely not. Not because of any like reason against them personally, but just the fields themselves are male dominant fields, and it's stupid. And we're being stupid. That's fine. So I've always gotten women doctors. I have a few male doctors, but for the most part, I gotta check here. Yeah, I do have some male doctors, and it's usually the ones I don't deal with very often. Like if I go to see my gastroenterologist appointment for my liver and stuff, I talk to a woman. I don't talk to the actual doctor because he's doing other things like surgeries. I see him when I get surgery of some sort, like my recent procedure. Oh, hell yeah. It's unfortunate that a lot of men are still in this archaic mindset about women. It's weird. And I think the latest trend, we'll call it, is Forrest Gump had issues. It did. It did. But I was also like 14 at the time. And it was the movie playing on the train. What was I saying? I was talking about women, obviously. Oh, women doctors, that's right. My nurse, my NP is a woman. The people who usually do my blood work, or do the blood draw at least, usually women. Actually, at no point have it been men, now that I think about it. Then my therapist is a woman. My therapists have always been women. It's easier for me to talk to women than it is to deal with men, because there's a lot of, I call it machoism. It's a broad category term, but it's something with guys being around guys, and I always feel this way. It's like guys being around guys, there's some kind of thing happening that I don't like. It's definitely something that's probably in my own head, but damn, I can get some sleep, huh? Oh, hell yeah. Good morning. Sleep well. Till next time. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. All the things. Push the buttons. Do the stuff. Who else? again, I'm talking about how I mainly see women for my doctors. I'm like, no, some of them aren't. Some of them are just guys. And it's always by referral. That's what it was. Like my gastroenterologist, I'm pretty sure was a referral. My osteoporotibium? Hold on. I have a lot of papers over here that I need to get rid of. Women don't act differently around women? Of course not. It's the testosterone. We'll say it that way. The easiest way for me to explain men around men is that testosterone has evolved, and there's a lot of dumb that can come from that. And I can't pretend like it's not the same with women on women, but I don't know, because I'm never there. The closest I get to that kind of thing is when I'm in class for exercise, circuit training. It's me and a bunch of women. That's just how it often is. Because it's small group classes. So it's me and 5 other people. Typically, they're all women. So they're all talking. Oh, they're all talking. I don't want to throw the stereotype, but I'm not talking at all, and they are. Because I don't feel like talking. Honestly, I don't want to say anything. I'm trying my best to focus on what I'm doing, and it's hard. And which is good. I feel like that's a good thing, that they're talking as just like I wasn't even there. Good. Thank you. But it's little moments that I've caught which are done to help my... How do I put this? He gets the job done sometimes. Yes. It also causes a lot of problems overall. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying sports. I'll put the category sports. I get 2 women in the room doing each other. Same room being ugly. I guess. I wouldn't know. I'm never there. Yes. True. What is that little, like, I don't know if it's a euphemism. I don't even know what euphemism officially means. But there's always one of those things that was said when I was younger is that girls develop faster than boys because of puberty. There we go. I'm like, what is the word? Teenager? No, puberty, when they develop faster than boys. So they're thinking in a different way than most boys are of that age. We're like, yeah, I like rocks. Let's jump in the river. Let's climb that tree and see who can stay at the top longest. I lost my train of thought. Oh, there we go. So when I'm at class and the women are talking, and I'm just doing my own thing, which I do. I'm trying. My demeanor in a class setting and in a public setting is very different from where I am like this. I am very quiet, and I don't really want to be bothered, or I don't want to bother anyone else either. But for the most part, during class, I'm not saying anything. Women are talking amongst themselves about whatever. I'm not really listening. I'm not exactly paying attention to what's going on with them. But every once in a while, a topic comes up. And I want to state, before I say this, that what happens afterwards is that of a courtesy for me. That's why it happens. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this happens because of that. So something like the word menopause will pop up. And then someone there will be like, oh, sorry, Brian. And that's where the snag happens in my head. I'm just like, I don't care. That is a woman's health issue. It's just categorize that and health issue that you're talking about. You're talking about your health. Women's health, yes, but that it's not going to bother me that it's a women's health issue. It's actually a huge thing that women go through. So it should be something that you can talk about openly without worrying about what the man in the room thinks about it. So I don't know what to do when that happens, other than be like, don't worry about it. That's the closest I can get. They might be. But that, who knows? Again, we don't want to go on the other side. Like, we want us, it's all different. Like, first of all, it's all one individual with another individual. And then we have to go into the class and sexism and the what's the word? Culture. Yes. That is an undeniable fact. We are a different type of human. If we weren't, well, that'd be kind of... It can't be all men, it can't be all women. It's both. Because that's how the species perpetuates itself. I haven't read the Marvin Venus book. I will recommend, oh, this is funny. So if you're a man, you should listen to the book called Come As You Are. Because I listened to it. I thought it was very good. But it is a book that was literally written for women. And I didn't know that when I started listening to it. I was like, this is an interesting sounding idea. I want to make sure I get the author's name right. But I guarantee some of you will start listening to it and you will stop. This was one that was recommended on the KillCo audiobook list. So if you are not a member of the channel or a member on Patreon, you don't know what the audiobook club is. Ow. You can join now to find out what the books have been. This was one of them. Emily Nagoski. Nagoski. PhD. I recommend men listen to that book. You probably won't. That's always fun. Communication is hard. Let's start with that. Like, I am completely like removed from communicating in a relationship, or in any kind of relationship. Honestly, I wanted to say in like a sexual partners or partners in general, you know, thing. Like, I don't know how to do that. It's been too long since I even tried, and I failed back then too. Mental disorder, mood disorder, not great helping with that. That's just factual. That's not like an excuse. There you go. They know what you want to see, Zen Boot. Irish celebrating, fiddlers and dancers. You know you're going anyway. Don't try to deny it. But communication is hard. I'll start with that. And the bottom line is we all are chemically different. And no one can know what you're actually thinking or what you're feeling. Feeling is the hard thing. Like, emotions are weird. We have developed the concept of emotion to such an extent that we give them names. And then assume that everyone has these emotions the same way. And that we can put just a name on all emotions, and it counts and it works. There's nothing, there's nothing in between. There you go. Getting back to the point as best I can here. I was talking about women that have influenced my life and who are part of my life in general. We were going over nurse practitioner, therapist, urologist, and then the ones that aren't are my orthodoctoping. What's the one where your bones and muscles? Is it orthopedist? So that's one. Gastroenterologist is one. Psychiatrist is one that are men. What else? Oh, and this new person I'm seeing, who's a... What's the word for a medical masseuse? Is it just a medical masseuse? That's all it is. Like, I go there and I've gone once. I'm gonna go again this month, but she just pushed and pulled and messed with everything in this area because I have a janky shoulder. Boy, did it hurt. I'm gonna do that again. Yay! Right here. I know this is the spot right here where we've been poked at it. And it was just like, oh, what's that? That is extremely painful now that you're pushing on it. Yeah, it's there. Oh, I look forward to that. No, not a chiropractor. I can only say like physical therapist. That's what I was thinking. But even that, I'm like, well, I'm not doing physical therapy. I'm doing massage therapy. So I can just say they're a massage therapist. But then you think, oh, you went and got a massage. It's like, yeah, no. I wish. I honestly, trying to get this medical massage thing was based around the idea that, you know what would help a guy who's really strung out and paranoid and just doesn't feel great and has no physical contact with people? Maybe a massage. Maybe it would be good if he had someone who actually touched his body. So that, what's it called? Touch starvation thing subsides a little bit. Yeah, massage therapist. Physical therapists are the ones I did go to for a while. And the thing is, they would massage my shoulder and stuff. And I was like, this part works the best. The stretches and stuff, yeah, those help. But I don't think they help enough for me to go there every week, do most of that, and then get a massage for like 2 seconds. That's a stereotype. Hanging AZ. Oops. I'm not saying it isn't true in some places, and it's happened. But always pushing it there. It always shows up as a thing, a cultural thing. One of the things I've thought about doing, and this would definitely be a raising funds for me to do it situation. Acupuncture. I'm someone who doesn't like needles at all. And we have acupuncture as something I could try. Whee! I don't know if it would help. I know I'd really not like it, but okay. If it was something that people would find entertaining, sure. You wouldn't even be in there with me. It'd just be like, I'm going to do it and I will tell you how it goes. There's the high probability that I back out and be like, no, I don't want to. Sorry, guys, here's your money back. Oh. There you go. Migraines to bear actors. That's pretty cool. I think Papa KillCo gets acupuncture every once in a while. Acupuncture every once in a while. And if I did get that done, who would I see? A woman, obviously. Oh, I'm so hungry. There you go. We're trying to go over like the main topics here. Inclusion. Sexism is stupid. We shouldn't be paying women less. We should definitely note, if nothing else, the women specifically, who influence our lives and take care of us and have been vital to that. We have Mama KillCo to throw in there for that, obviously, at least for me. Oh. That's probably the biggest one in my life. I mean, can't see any more than that. But I'm very fortunate that so many women have been a part of my life in one way or another, that have helped me get through some bad times, helped me get through the struggles that come from doing physical exercise and trying to better yourself physically, helping me mentally. Are they? I'm waiting for your comment to show up. There it is. Hey, Huey, if you want to, if anyone wants to actually pay for it to be done, I might actually, I don't know if this is true, but there's a possibility that I could try acupuncture for my shoulder as well. I have to go through a process, though. It's always a pain. I had the same problem with massage therapy and chiropractor when I saw a chiropractor. She was a woman. She was very good, and I was very upset that I had to stop that because medical bullshit. Basically, they just shut down her department in that place that I went to see her. It's all shuttered and gone. So that sucks. They also had acupuncture there, too. But I hope she's well. Like I'm telling you, she did a good job. I tried to go see another chiropractor. Nope. I was spoiled. She also did a little bit of massage stuff here because my shoulder was part of the problem. My shoulder and my lower back. My lower back's still a problem. I should probably see a chiropractor still, but no. Again, I feel like I was spoiled early on. So we'll see. We'll look into that idea, and then I'll put a dollar amount on it because there's that phrase, "You couldn't pay me enough." I'm like, well, you probably could. I don't know how much it would be, but wouldn't be a crazy amount. Like if it's something that might help me, there's also that. But try, something that could be made into content. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Fight for equal pay. Absolutely. There is a thought for me is like women. There are times in history where women have come together and made a significant like, hey, we're going to shut it all down. I don't know them come to mind. There was one that had to do with some kind of. I heard this one just because of the coat I have, which I've talked about before. My uncle's coat that I wear has a periscope thing. It's ridiculous, but I think it was nylon. Was it the nylon riots? Oh yeah, like it's. While I'm talking about all the women who have been part of my life and who I see medically, like if they just stop, if all of them just decide to say, yeah, we're not going to work today, we're not doing anything today, you're going to see what happens. Things would just fall apart completely. Like the whole infrastructure system would just collapse because nothing would happen. There would be too much of it that wasn't there because women are a huge part of society and we need to stop treating them poorly and stop trying to make decisions for them. It's a little stupid. It makes me feel, it feels archaic that it's still happening. Like I said, the women's right to vote happened in 1920, which was 100 years ago, which still wasn't that long ago. Over 100 years ago. 106 years ago. It's only been 100 years since that happened. Since since at that time they're like, I guess we can give women the right to vote. And to this day, 106 years later, they're still struggling to get things to make sense. To just have everything equal, no issues, don't worry about their health and what they're doing with their bodies, knock it off, leave them alone, let them make their own decisions about life, stop trying to make it worse for everybody. That's terrifying. Yeah, look up the nylon riots. Yep. Women wanted their nylon stockings and there was stuff going wrong. This is when nylon just became a thing and was very hugely popular. I don't know much more about it than that. I just thought that was where women decided to make a scene and they're like, we're going to make a problem. We're going to cause a problem here and you're going to have to listen. Interesting one, if nothing else. I'll probably look into it more after this. Because I heard the U.S. military was involved in it too, because they wanted the nylon to make these coats. Thank you all for joining me for this International Women's Day. I'll be back here again soon. Definitely Wednesday, but possibly more for Dredge. We'll see. Stay tuned. Keep the bell on if you want to catch me doing live streams and gaming and such. If not, that's fine. Like, subscribe. Patreon, join it. YouTube member, join it. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.